That looks pretty good as well. Hi guys, how's it going? That. That's gonna be weirdly loud on there. How's it going, everybody? So good to see you. This is a birthday live stream. We're just vibing today. I don't have much to do, so I'm just gonna spend my time working on my practice, doing some target work. Detonation for a while. Oh, too high. My knees are slick. Good in the corner. That was a good one. There you go. I like that one. Oh, hang on. Let me get on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, let's make that happen. So we're going a little better, a little faster. Hi, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the happy birthdays. Hi. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. You guys are super sweet. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. I've got a little gong to try and hit today. Should make some good sounds when I nail it. I just got one a little bit ago that sounded really good. Ooh, that sounds cool. Hi guys, thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Oh, alright. Just hanging out today. I figured later I'll talk a little bit, because today is just my guilt-free day to do nothing. I decided I wanted to hang out for a little while. And may as well have you guys with me. If you're interested. Yep. That was better. What? Oh, I went just high. Nice. Hi guys. Hello. How's it going? Just doing some accuracy work today. Yeah, right. That was a good one. That was a good bonk. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. You guys are very sweet. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Emily. Ha! I appreciate you. That's not what I expect for a birthday. Everyone tell Galaxy Cat thank you. I'm not gonna cry. You're gonna cry. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. I'll get back to doing what I'm doing. That helps a lot. Thanks, guys. Oh my goodness. I'm probably gonna work on. I will use that to get some better lighting and some clothes. Very sweet. Thank you very much. I'll make sure. I'll tell you what. I'll let you know what I spend it on. I'll make a video about it, and I'll tag you in it. Thank you. It's very sweet. Whoa, just shallow. Oh, just over. Oh, I love that shot. You can hear it whip past the ears. Yeah. Just a little high. Oh, gosh. Super off. That's better. I gotta step into it. I'm not stepping into any of my stuff. Oh, that was good. That was on the line. Put that back in the couch. There. Catch. Oh. That sounds really cool. I hope that's picking up well on the camera, because that sounds really cool. Hi, guys. Why am I doing this? Oh, because it's fun. Just vibing. So, normally, what I would be using, hang on. First off, it's my birthday, and I just wanted to hang out and do this, because when I tell you guys that I enjoy doing this, this is really what I would spend my time doing if no one were watching. It's just a cool thing. So, normally I use a Meteor hammer. This is a metal ball. It's about 10 ounces of steel. I've had anywhere from one that's up to a pound to a pound and a half. I like them a little bit lighter because they're a little bit zippier and more responsive. But it's an old Chinese tool. It's just a rock on a rope that you whip at things. And today, one of my friends a little while ago, shout out Curiosities, spelled with a K-I-R-I, lent me their gong. And it's a really nice gong. Like, I grew up in percussion, so like every time I see this, I'm like, I just want to prime it because it's not going to ring as well if you don't. Right? It's different when you prime it up a little bit. You got to give the gong a little bit of foreplay. Anyway, I've been trying to just get a good nice chime off of it with this bag full of, I think this is full of beans. See, when it's not primed, it's completely different when it is primed, right? When it's already ringing a little bit, you get a nice crispy sound. Also, it's my birthday, so I'm just vibing. LGBT boss. No, I'm not. I have a girlfriend. I know that is very much a surprise. However, I mean, feel how you feel about it. Oh, just over. Oh, I went through the triangle. So I did good. Just went over and through. Hopefully you guys are all having a good day. Taking care of yourselves. Just vibes. Yep. Oh, just over. Oh, that one would have hit really good if I landed it. Just corner. Oh, that was a good one. I like when it spins past you guys. Seems really cool. Oh, hello. Hi, thanks guys. Oh, so good to see y'all. So fun. Thank you. Nice. Oh, just a little under. Oh, I just went past it. Back pull. That sounds nice from the metal. That's it. How's it going, guys? Thank you. We're just vibing today, just hanging out. Let's put you in a timeout because you're exhausting. Left you a Pokeball hammer. Thank you, Nomad. I saw it. I think it's really cool. I'm excited to use it. Hi, guys. Pleasure to see you all. Gosh, hard for me to talk and do things at the same time. There we go. Awesome. I do need a haircut. You're right. I need a good haircut. Hello from Scotland. Hi, Scotland. It is my B-day. Thank you so much. Just hanging out today. Doing some target work. I figure I'll talk at you guys for a little bit. A little later once I get bored. But honestly, I'm just doing what sounds like fun, which is target work with this gong. When you hit it really good, it flips in the air. And you get this really cool sound of it spinning through the air freely. And I'm just chasing that, because why not? What a cool day to spend. Do you think I've had to use a Meteor hammer in self-defense yet? No, absolutely not. I yap a lot. I'm very good at talking myself out of bad situations or just not ending up in them in the first place, and have codified that as a personal win. So, no, not really. And to be completely honest, I probably never will. It's just a rock on a rope. There are much better tools for the job. But, yeah, here we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to get this to hang centered again. Yep. Oh, just stay. hit it, but I hit the side of it. Oh, just barely grazed it. Oh man, I missed it on both of them. Yep. Oh man, I don't like that long. Yep. A little bit on that left elbow. Good. Just a little over. There we go. How's it going, guys? Hopefully you're having fun. There we go. Well, someone would just rush you. Some people, man. Some people. Have a good day. My goodness. Can you attach a gun on the end so it shoots when you hit it? Absolutely. Yeah, that's completely a valid option. If I tie a firearm to the end of this, totally could. I'm better than you, Elias. I believe you. You're probably really good at something that I'm not. Thank you, Bob Ross, for the happy birthday. I appreciate that. Arms, or use rope to take control of their arms and disable the hammer. Possibly. Nope, love the pants. Thank you so much. I have a question for you. What kind of things would you say to someone who is trying to learn what you are doing? Patrick, if you're trying to learn what I'm doing, can't you come up with a better hobby? No, I'm just kidding. It's really fun. Have a good time. Be patient with yourself. And don't start with a live weight like I did. Unless you are currently not paying your own medical bills, then go for it. Just kidding. That's not advice. Please don't do that. Bad idea. But no, I would say there's a lot of really good places to learn. YouTube is where I started some of my learning, which was crazy. But there are a lot of options. Let's see. Her Meteor hammer is a ratchet strap. Still figuring out the weight. Brother, I hope you enjoy the ratchet strap because that's a wild one. Super thick ratchet straps are hard to use. Thinner ratchet straps actually work really well. Thank you guys for the happy birthdays. I appreciate you. Kind of think you can't just take the dart rope blade to counter. What? A friend of mine says that you can just take the dart rope blade to counter. What do you think? Like, I can use the sword to parry a rope dart? Yeah. I mean, it's hard to do, but yeah. You can also cut it if it's made out of knot chain. The dart itself is nice to use and close, but it's rough. It's rough to use because you got to think it's like a pen. It's like the size of a pen or a pencil, dude. It's not super long, so you're kind of just holding a little ice pick, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get you, yeah. You do have a rope to play with though, like grabbing, wrapping, trapping. Pretty cool there, but it's kind of like handcuffs but long and malleable. For real, are you good at yo-yoing? Thanks for the hair, appreciation. It definitely needs done right now. It's a frizzy floppy mess. For real, are you good at yo-yoing? I suck at yo-yo. I can't. Now, to be fair, it's probably because I haven't done it in a long time. And if I got a super long line, I can probably do some neat stuff. Like, I understand, so you guys should know by now what a cute little cradle is, right? I'm taking that line, I'm reaching through, I'm grabbing, and I'm pulling the line against itself. Looks like it's tied, but as soon as I release it, it all comes undone. It's not really tied, right? So those cradles would be the same thing in yo-yoing, I would imagine, where you would, like, take the yo-yo, and if it was on your fingers, you'd bounce it back and forth, you'd reach through the line, you'd pluck it, and you grab, and you should have a spinning weight down at the bottom that's the yo-yo, right? The cool thing about this is I could do it with big full body movements. I could do things like take it underneath my thigh and then up over my shoulder and then shoot it off of my elbow. So I can grab that cradle, turn it into something cool, and then mess with it for a while. Does this take it off? Does it put it back on? Under, and out, right? So, looks really cool. It's, for anybody getting caught up in the weeds on it, it's a big yo-yo. What I use is a really neat, large yo-yo. So, it's just got a rock on the end, right? And I can shoot it at things. But no, so you could do some really cool cradle stuff. And actually, if I move you guys over a little bit, I can show you some more. There's some neat leggy stuff that I like. I hope this red shows up okay. Right? Some neat leggy stuff I like, right? So if you make that same cradle, and these are from Cass, one of my buddies who does a lot of cradle work. If you take that same cradle, right, you see where the line is? You see how it sits like that? And you stick your leg through it and grab. Oh no, it's tightened around your leg, except it's not. The path that I have to take is inside the legs, over the line, and out. And holding it right here, watch this, you ready? Ta-da! All undone. Super crazy, right? So it's just a yo-yo with a rock on the other side. So I go here, and I go boom, boom, pull, feed the leg through, I've got it, weave through, and it's out and off. Now, I can also do that, I believe, I should be able to do that here, off of the leg as well, and I think it unties the same way. It does not. It goes, wait, hang on. Yeah. It goes back the other way one more time. So we should go here and there. And that gets it undone. You got to go over the opposite side. It's really weird, right? This poor dude was in love when he was younger. Aaron, unbelievably supportive family. It's crazy, right? So happy birthday. Thank you so much. I think it would be cool to see throwing away a yo-yo video with you getting yo-yo back. I would love to. I would get a big steel yo-yo or something like that and whip it around. I think that'd be fun. A few weeks, I've been wanting to learn how to use rope darts, but my friends always find ways to counter me. What should I do? Should I stick with rope dart or switch weapons? Okay, so split. You're running into the fabled issue of meteor hammers and rope darts, which is they get countered. I would imagine a couple things are happening. If you're starting in super close to them, you kind of lose, dude. Like, if I'm starting within grappling range and you don't have grappling experience, which you might, I don't know, but if you don't have the martial arts practice behind the use of the tool that would make it in close and personal viable, you are holding a noodle with a rock on the end. You've got a sap, and they've got a sword or a spear. You're not going to win that fight, probably, unless you're like Jason Bourne, right? But starting further ranges away, one of the things that a lot of people get caught up in is they try and shoot it, or they try to do these fancy shots to send it out. Literally just swing it at them and walk forward, right? They step in, walk back, right? If I need to fire it off, a knee shot is nice, just casting and then immediately retrieving, right? I say it like it's easy. It's not. It's just simple, but it's not easy. So you end up in this really nasty stalemate, right? Because if they've got range on you, you lose with this. If you've got range on them and the space to utilize it, you usually win. And you win on first contact, right? I hit you, bonk, I win. Because I've got a big metal rock on a rope that's moving fast enough that it might even ding you hard in armor. We're going to test that here soon. I've got a friend that's going to do some armored combat with me. And we're going to do Meteor Hammer against Sword and Shield. And I think I'm going to lose. I don't think I'm going to lose because I have the martial arts application to throw him and get him on the ground and take his weapons away from him. But I think the Meteor Hammer is going to get one or two really good hits, and then it's just going to suck. Which is going to be fun, though, because you guys will get to see, and he'll get to tell us how it feels in armor, which I bet still really not good, because it's still a heavy rock moving really fast. And I don't know if you guys have been hit in armor before, but it doesn't make you invincible. It just makes you harder to hurt. It still sucks when you get hit by a mace. Anyway, let me see. Why are you obsessed with it? Different app, buddy. There we go. I made a meteor hammer from about 200 plastic bags and a 10-foot thin rope. That's insane. I love it. I want to see it. Let me see. Happy birthday. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, hopefully that helps with some of the issues that you might be running into. When did you start learning Meteor Hammer? The beginning of COVID. This was my COVID hobby. A lot of people were making bread for families, and I had access to a really large space to practice in and the tools to do so, so I just gave it a try. And it's turned out really cool so far. It's gotten me a lot of neat places, it's gotten me to do a lot of neat stuff, and it's paid for a lot of bills, so I really can't complain. Let's see. If you use multiple small rocks, does the damage effect change? Or effect change? It's actually a fascinating question. So I feel like multiple rocks in a bag disperse the force better, and it's kind of like a dead blow hammer that dumps all of the force into the target and spreads it out. It would add a lot of concussive force to be really uncomfortable. It would break less things, probably because it would disperse the force, but you'd get every bit of it. I think it would be fascinating. We'll have to give it a try. Was it an actual weapon? So there's a lot of conflict on that. Between yes and no. It probably started out as a real tool, right? It was probably like a bolo, like a rock on a rope that you'd swing and try and tangle the legs of an animal as it's running away so that you could catch it better. Seems like a really good use of a rock on a long rope, right? Tangle the legs, and then it tries to run off, gets tangled, falls down, easy to hunt. Just like most tools, they also got used for combat in times of dire need. So in times of war, in times of strife, you would see those tools getting used a lot more frequently. So things like kunai are definitely those tools that were originally farming implements, but were used, if necessary, as a self-defense tool. Or kamas, or three-section staff, I think, is like that too. There are a lot of weapons like that, sai, stuff like that. Anyway, I would say that a meteor hammer is probably one of those. There is story of it getting used in a couple of larger fights, but most of those are like actual like Odyssey style epics. So maybe not, right? Maybe not. But it said that it would have been used on horseback as sort of a tertiary tool, kind of like a lasso that actually hurts people. So if you'd imagine, I've got this rock. I've got maybe 3 feet of chain down this so that it can't be cut. And then the rest of it's rope. And then I have about 18 feet of that. So I start spinning this around on top of, on top of horseback, right? And what I do with this is I drive or I ride past somebody in my horse and I swing that out and down around them and it wraps around and either I'm grabbing some soldier, some poor sucker that's on the ground, or someone up on horseback to yank them off of their horse, or someone else's horse itself trying to tangle the legs of the horse. There's a lot of really good options for a very long rope when cavalry was used, right? And especially with the way that some people fought during that time. It was very, I'm the best on my army's side, you're the best on your army's side, we should fight against each other. Although I know that was something in Japan, maybe not so much in China, which is where I think of this weapon originating. So that's a nice long ramble, but there's a lot. Right? There's a lot that we could dig into. So the short of it is, let me summarize that because I yap professionally. We have reason to believe it was an original weapon. However, I think it was not one of the best, obviously, and it turned into more of an art form than anything else, and that is what it is better known for today. It's really interesting. Learned a lot about a new weapon today. So glad to share. Glad you asked. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for the happy birthday wishes, by the way. You guys are spectacular. I appreciate you greatly. It's a pleasure to be here. And I'll talk at you guys just in a little bit about just how much I appreciate everything you guys have done, all the help that you've given. It's crazy. It's crazy to be here. Thank you guys so much. Making a manga and the season 2 main character is fashioned after you and your meteor hammer. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I hope to like see or get a copy. I would love to read it. That's spectacular. Thank you so much. I am glad to give inspiration. My mom is a graphics arts designer and has done art for her entire life. So I grew up in a household full of paintings and drawings and cartoons and understanding just how cool cartoons and anime and stuff like that really are because like you really get the chance to know how the pudding is made or how the sausage is made technically know how the sausage is made and I know all the work and effort that goes into drawing that and writing it out and coming up with a story. There's so much. So it's a real honor to be any inspiration for that. Thank you. Uh, Also, make a paper spear. I could ask my mom if I could make a short video showing them. You definitely got to check with parents. Make sure that the parents are chill with it. I never want to go over their heads, especially as a martial arts instructor. Like we gotta, there's got to be a good, open, solid dialogue there between teachers and students and the people that bring them to class and cover their medical expenses. Right? Okay. So yeah, absolutely. I'm going to repeat this message just to be sure you know you're appreciated. I've been watching and practicing this for a month because of you, and thank you for being you. Lily, thank you so much. That means a tremendous amount. I did get to read it again. Thank you. And I'm glad to share what I have with you. I know it's not for everybody. I know it's kind of a small slice of the internet pie, but it's a pleasure to have you guys as a part of it. And I'll say what I say every year and mean every year, which is I wouldn't be here without you guys. I mean, just completely honestly. The reason that I'm able to do what I do, the ability to go to the places that I've gotten to go to. I've gotten to go to Ireland. I've gotten to go to Spain. I've gotten to go to Italy. And that's because you guys are like, yeah, this guy's cool. You guys should have him out. Like that's pretty much how this ended up working is you guys walked past me on the internet street. You stopped and saw what I was doing and said, yeah, I'll hang out for a while. Yeah, I'll take one of your flyers. I'll be back next month. Right? And you just guys check in. You just keep checking in and you keep saying, yeah, this guy's really cool. And that crowd that amassed has helped me live a life that not everybody gets and I don't take for granted. So thank you tremendously from the bottom of my heart. It's a real pleasure to be able to do what I do and to have access to an amazing group of people like you guys. You're really, really cool. Thank you. Yeah, happy birthday. I need to head to bed, but thank you so much for your happy birthdays. Enjoy your rest. How would someone use a meteor hammer without two arms? Hey, what's up? How's it going, guys? How would someone use a meteor hammer without two arms? So the first thing that I think that they might do is I think that instead of tying the anchor, gosh, let's see if we can do this. Instead of tying the anchor to their other arm, they would probably consider anchoring it to their torso or hips. I mean, this is if there's some anime bad butt, right? Like, and they're really good with this thing. If they're willing to lose it, then probably not the anchor. They just wouldn't care. But now I can work all of this off of one arm. And tuck that over back behind. I've got my knee shots. I've got my normal shots. Drawing it back is going to be a lot of popping and catching to rethrow. A lot of popping and catching to send it back out. Right? So I've got one arm. I'm popping, I'm catching, I'm throwing, I'm back. And I would say I'm probably going to do another shoulder wrap with this, maybe around the hips there, so that I can keep this a little bit shorter. I can do my elbow shot, swing, bang, bang, pop. There's that. I come out, I pop back, I catch, I throw. If I miss and drop it, I've got it attached to me, so I should be able to pick it back up. Can I use my foot to do that? I can. It just takes a second, and the line needs to be shorter. I think this is how someone would use a meteor hammer with one hand. What do you guys think? How does that look? Thank you guys so much. For a second there, I said, Paul Hennig, cheers. Y'all, happy birthday, man. Hey, listen, maybe earlier. What do we think? One arm meteor hammer looks like this. Arm back behind the back. Tied around the chest. They might double that up. Let's see. Oh, can I double that up with one arm? Get to the inside of that. There. Okay. I think so. Yeah. Bang. 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 Cool. I dig it. The only thing your hero is going to have to watch out for is getting tied to something. It doesn't seem like a first weapon choice for one-armed person, but definitely possible. Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? It's, how do I do a foot shot? Just carrot. I'll do it with one arm. How about that? So, when I do my foot shots, actually, I'm going to give you two arms because you're going to want to see this. Here you go. So, when I go to do my foot shots, one of the first things to remember is that I need to know where my foot is in space, right? Actually, you know what? That doesn't matter that much. Here's what we're actually looking for. I'm going to take this weight, send it all the way out in front of me, long as I can get the full length of line out in front of you, okay? I'm going to take my lead hand, go underneath my anchor hand and stretch them out away from each other. Then I'm going to reach that anchor hand down and re-grab just below my lead hand to create a tail, this little extra loop of rope. From here, I'm going to practice pulling my anchor hand and my lead hand slightly away from each other, more anchor so than lead, to draw the weight past my feet on the floor. I'm going to put my lead foot forward, right? And I just want to get the hang of drawing that line and pulling that weight past me on the floor. Get really good at that for a second, because that's the important piece to this. Okay? My lead foot is going to turn out at a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to try and get it to be in the path of the line. So as I draw this line past my foot, it should connect with the foot down low, right? You see that there? So again, back it out. I'm going to draw that weight past me, and I'm going to stick that foot out, and I'm going to keep pulling until I feel the weight start wrapping back forward, right? It'll go around the foot low, and then come up toward my toes out. If it wraps down toward my heel, it's going to lock in place. No good. I want this to wrap out toward my toes. The line will spiral, ball of foot, top of foot, out toward the toes. Okay? So here, I'm going to draw that weight back and across. And then as it starts to fling itself forward, I'm just going to let go. Here, let go. If it wrapped around the arch of your foot and it stayed locked there, you had it too low, I'm looking for the ball of my foot. That will help me change the direction it's going easier. And then when I'm ready to send it, I'm just going to push those toes forward like I'm pushing the gas on a car. Right? Here, pull, draw, pop. Pull, draw, pop. Pull, draw, pop. And that's how we get it to go. When I get better, I remove the draw, and I just start spinning, and then I still put my foot in the same spot, and that's how I fire off a foot shot. Hopefully that helps some. Love all the emojis. Thanks, guys. Drew's Wild at Heart Animal Rescue. Thank you so much, Drew's. I appreciate you. Oh, so pleasant. Love to know that there's some amazing people doing some amazing work. Thank you, guys, and glad to share. Hopefully that helps. Yep, that's my foot draw. That's my foot shot. And then you can just get them really good by practicing aiming at something, like your own phone. Oh, a little low. Better. And then, there we go. One more for the road. There we go. Very nice. That's how you get good at it. Cossum, happy birthday. Glad we share a birthday. Everyone tell Koss happy birthday. Hello, Confused Paladin. Are you certain you're in the right room of the tavern, friend? I've learned so much from this chat. So many no-name nasties, right? There's a lot of fun stuff to do. Oh, thank you so much, Dom. I appreciate you. Am I good with Chucks? I suck with Chucks, Kyle. I suck with them. You're turning 12. Yay, happy birthday, Abby. Abby someone. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you greatly. Okay. All right. What do we do? Up. Up. Ooh, that won me some tournaments. So, for those of you that aren't aware, here in the next coming days, I'm going to share some really, really cool stuff. That is a vlog of Dart Arts, which was an event that I got to go to earlier this year up in upstate New York. I'm going to share the vlogs for that. And you guys will get to see what it was like being there. I'm also going to be releasing a lot more videos from that because, guys, that single, like, 3-day stint, it's like months of videos. Crazy, crazy time. That also means a lot of editing to do, but it'll be fine. So, hopefully, I'll get those out for you guys soon. They're cute. They've got music. They're edited well. They're not, like, for anybody that's not already following me. So you guys will enjoy it. I don't think that they'll reach the masses. But hopefully you guys have a fun time coming along with me on that trip. We also hit Niagara Falls on the way back, so if you've never seen Niagara Falls, there's some really good footage of that, some really pleasant times. Some cool flow work in front of Niagara. And Lake Ontario, we were just right on the edge of it. It was beautiful. Awesome time, lots of cool people, lots of people that are very good at what they do. And I had some sparring matches that I get to share with you guys. It was dart battles. So basically we took these safe trainers and then we tried to hit each other like they were rope darts. So we were shooting them at each other from across the field. It was really fun. It was a great time. Very active, very pleasant. And I plan to make it a lot bigger of a sport because right now it's just like, hey, what if we... but at this point, you know... we're going to try to make it a little bit bigger. But that'll be coming out soon. So that sounds fun. Awesome. Super excited. It was a really cute road trip. Very silly, very fun. And I got to bring all my students, which is crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience as teachers, as martial arts instructors, but it was really, really cool to get to bring a team 9 hours away from home to go compete. Right, like it's a really, really, really cool feeling. It's like, hey guys, we're off to go do something spectacular. It's like if any of you were in marching band and you ever got to travel for state and it was far away, right? It's like we get to go do this thing all together as a unit and go give it what we got and come back with the happiness and the sorrows of trying your best at something that someone else is trying to stop you from doing, because that's how sparring works. Johnny, I've been doing rope dart for like 5 years. Lily, take care. Thank you so much for staying. I appreciate you. So Johnny, I've been doing rope dart for 5 years, almost 6 now. I've been doing it since COVID. I can use a sword pretty okay. If you guys got to see any of my armored combat fights at Ren Fair, that went pretty well. I think I did really good. But yeah, so it's, let me see. Let me read that. I think, but yeah, so is what I say when I'm ready to transition to new words because I've been talking too long. Besides rope dart, what other weapons can you use? A lot. They all kind of work the same. They all kind of work the same. So, same, brother. I'm in love with it. Excellent. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Vine Pelt, pleasure to see you. But yeah, so let me show you what I mean. I said that weapons all kind of work the same, but some of you get that and some of you don't. Hang on, I'm gonna grab a stick. Actually, I'm gonna let you guys choose what I grab. Hang on. You guys are gonna choose what things I use to sort of show this. So what do I pick? What do I pick? We got some foam boffer swords. Got a 3-section staff. I'm gonna choose 3 of these things. So got a 3-section staff. There's a 6-pound sledgehammer back there. Looks like we have some boken. Looks like we've got a staff, got some crutches. We've got 5-iron, definitely an option. Yeah, bow staff or staff, as I just said, because bow means staff. Let's see. James, so glad you could be here. Nunchucks, I realize that they aren't much different. Yeah. Thank you for the happy birthday sharing. I appreciate you. Sledgehammer, okay. So we're going to grab the 6-pound sledge. What other weapons? Now, what's drastically different than a 6-pound sledgehammer, right? I would say probably a 3-section staff, right? That seems right. And then we'll take the crutches. Crutches should work. There we go. Wood sword. All right. Actually, all these are blunt. You're right. I should take something sharp. Okay. We're going to take this. Here we go. We got the 3-section staff. We got a 6-pound sledgehammer. And we've got a wooden sword. And I'm going to explain how all of these things work the exact same. Here we go. All of these things work the exact same. And if you don't know this, I'm going to blow your mind. If you do know this, you're going to go, well, yeah, duh. And I'll be like, well, it wasn't for you then, right? The lesson wasn't for you if you get it and you go, well, yeah, duh. Right? Am I crazy? Anyway, so let's start with the sword, right? So all weapons work on a wheel. They work on this cute little wagon wheel, right? We call ours a compass rose just because we feel like the kids need to learn their, compass directions. And a lot of them were like, which compass directions? And I'm like, no, we're not letting that go. So, but you get a wagon wheel, you get a lot of different things. So you've got north, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, northwest, and then back to north. And then the ninth is dotting the center, is any center line straight out, straight back strike, right? And you can take those from smaller angles inside of there. So instead of swinging from all the way to the outside from northeast to southwest, right? I can just come in and flick down in that line, right? But I'm still getting the same thing. It's still northeast, southwest, right? So all weapons work in those directions. Secondarily, you can either bump them, right? And you may call it something different, which is fine. But I can bump them, which means I strike it and bounce off and come back. I can slash through them, which means I carry my power through that target. Or I stab and I thrust in those directions, which means I drive the point forward in that direction, right? So I can bump off of the center line. This is the hardest one for most people to comprehend, which is dotting the center of that compass where that needle sits, right? I can dot that, right? I can slash that, which is a circle cut. You'll see this a lot more in single hand tools like knives and stuff like that. The intent is to strike out, come back, and scoop backward like you're trying to fillet off a piece of their arm. It's really disgusting. It's a very gross strike, but that's where that one comes in most frequently, is that pull back cut. And then I can obviously thrust in that direction as well. So that's with a sword. Works the same, right? 3-section staff. I have no idea how this thing works. I hate this thing. I'm not good at it. I am not trained in it. I don't know how to use it. Watch this. 1, 2, yeah, sounds good. 3, 4, yeah. All those same directions are there. I can still stab and thrust. I can take this all the way back and out here, swing that completely horizontally, and just rake my way through that. Can I beat with it? Yes, but that's not the same with this on a long stick, is it? This is very weird, right? I have to come through and swing and then pull back and whip to hit that as a beat. Works, terrifying, awful, hate that. And then I have the thrust for all of these. Coming into here, works really well. I've got all those thrusts from all those different directions. Any of those, right? Your work is going to look the same. 6-pound sledgehammer. Right? All those same directions still apply. Bang, bang, there, pop. I can pop with the pommel, then swing down, bang. I've got my blocks, my long swing. It's just slow, right? I can beat off it, I can slash through it, or I can thrust and come in with the outside of the hammer, right? Every weapon works the same way. Yes, firearms are included in this. They work the best in a straight line. At least the bullets do, right? The firearm itself, when it's empty, if I have to use it at close quarters, works in all those same directions. Bang, 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 right? It's just a stick. So yeah. Oh, this is a buoy. This is a buoy. We got this from a lake. We got it from the same Lake Ontario where we went to Dart Arts, right? You see, smoking the Ace of Hearts. I can neither confirm nor deny whether that's a good idea. Matter of the weapon almost laws physics. Yes, pretty much. How many awards do I have? I got a couple. So let's go look. But yeah, that's how every tool works. They're all going to work in the same basic directions. It's about the intent and use of the tool. Obviously, you have some finer points, right? Like if I beat on something with a sword, sure, it'll put a cut in it, but it works better when I draw through that cut or I stab, right? So things slightly change, but at the end of the day, they're all pretty much the same. What awards do I have? Gosh, let's talk about it. So one of my biggest rewards is always going to be my fan art. These are just some of the biggest rewards that I have and biggest awards that I have. It means that people were willing to take their time and draw me, which I think is wild. It's really, really cool, and I dig it. I've got some very fun messages in there from my friends. I have a Guinness World Record for the most ice blocks smashed in a minute. It was only 11. There's a big long story about it. Long story short, they changed my shot on me like 4 times. And I had to do something different like 4 times in a row. And we didn't get my actual shot and the way that I was going to do it locked in until the second to last day. And I went first on stage the next morning. So I didn't get any time to practice. I just got what I got. And even then, first try, 11, not too bad. Not too bad. I think now, I think I could get like 30 or 40. And I think that there is a theoretical way, my shoulder won't do it anymore. It's sore from repeated use doing Meteor Hammer stuff for you guys, which is cool. But I think that I could get about 58 to 60 in 1 minute if I did this right. It's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of skill. I'll show you guys the stylish shot later, but it's still a rising, repeating elbow shot. You just have to finagle it well. I'll show you guys the difference in it. Actually, hang on. I'll do it now, and then we'll go back to stuff, because otherwise I'll forget. So glad to see you guys. Thank you for hopping in. Just subbed. Thank you. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate you. All right, here we go. So, when I had to set my Guinness World Record, right, we settled on rising, repeating, or we settled on rising elbow shots, right? So, rising elbow shot. So, I'm taking it back behind me, swinging up into an upspin. It's going to twine the elbow, and then I'm going to extend the arm to shoot the weight forward. Looks about like this from the front, here, there. That's how I fire it out, right? And about this fast is about how fast I was going. Back, up, shoot. Back, up, shoot. Back, up, shoot. Back, up, shoot. Obviously, I had some misses. I hit some of the target stands. I knocked some of the ice down without breaking it. It's a thing that happens. This is difficult to use. And until one of you can best me, I'm going to keep yapping about it. However, we got better. Immediately on the way home, I was like, dude, there's got to be a better way to do that. There's got to be a better way to do that. Because if I had time to prep, it would look like this, which is rising, repeating elbow shots. Out, up, 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 out, up. Right? Completely different. Bang, 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 bang. Right? Completely different. Much faster. So, I think that would work better to set my Guinness World Record. But I didn't have the time to try. So I gotta go do that again. Anyway, I'm a worker. I just want to make it better than it was last time. So yeah, we definitely changed it. What other things do I have on the wall? Just want to say congrats on all your accomplishments. You're one of the most pure people I've found yet on YouTube. Every time I see you, I enjoy your content. There you go. Happy birthday. Thank you, Mr. Disapiro. Take care. Have a good day. And I try my best to be as genuine as possible. We should link and train. You ever in California? We should link and train. That sounds good. What superpower would you use? Hang on. Let's go back to all this. What did you say, William? Paper Spear. If you want to see them, it's on this account. Saying it again because, okay, cool. Thank you very much. I will take a screenshot. Awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the happy birthdays. Let's see. I have my, black belt in our martial arts style, our family's martial arts style. And my second degree certificate. I've got my level 1 self-defense instructor kit, or certificate for 500 Rising, which is an amazing self-defense group run by Tammy Yard McCracken, who is just one of the best self-defense instructors that I've ever met. And there are quite a few that I hold on that same podium. If you ever get a chance to work with her, do it. And then I've got my 2nd degree brown belt in judo. Never ended up getting my black belt. My judo instructor died before I could get my black belt. So we're at brown belt 2nd degree. But I have thought about going and finishing that out. Gosh, what else is there? And I guess we get to move over here. Let's see. Here we go. These are all trophies. They are not all mine. They are mine, my sister's, and my father's, because we've done martial arts, all of us together, for our entire lives. That is so cursed. Thanks for the 20. I hate that. I gotta leave it. I guess I gotta leave it. Thanks. I appreciate you. You're ridiculous. That's very funny. Also, don't do that to random people on the internet. Oh no, what if you like that too? Anyway, so I have these awards that are really cool from Dart Arts this year, for winning our championships, our competitions. I'll talk to you about those in the vlogs, but long story short, we did point sparring with rope darts. We did accuracy battles with rope darts, so it was like horse, but you know, I had to fire a shot and someone else had to fire the shot, and we had to go back and forth and try not to miss the shots that the other person hit. Literally horse, right? But we did that, and then we played a game of Jugger, which was really fun. I want to get into that sport. It seems cool, but long story short, it's 5v5 capture the flag, or what is it? Oddball. It's like 5v5 oddball. You guys remember Oddball from Halo, where you grab the bomb and then you run it into the other team's goal and you score? That's basically how it works. It is 5v5 oddball, and we played it with all rope darts. Do you get rope burn from the ropes you use? Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. Let me show you. I got some really nasty rope burn that has turned into a perma scar. Here we go. So I've got right there, you should be able to see, not a flex, you should be able to see right there, that darker brown patch, that's scarring from rope dart. I've got it all the way up the back, my arms. I have it down on the inside of my elbow. And I'll have scars. Literally, I have rope burns already on the inside of my thumb from practice. And then all those scars from rope dart and meteor hammer work. So yeah, you get a lot of them. A lot less on my left side. I get more of the rope burn on the inside of this drawing hand, because it's a very dominant sided thing. But yeah, I get rope burn. I get a lot of rope burn. Johnny, I am self-taught in Muay Thai, nunchucks, Jeet Kune Do, judo, and rope dart. That's awesome. You got to start somewhere. I will always prefer teacher. Ooh, this is really cool. This is definitely one of my entrances for rope dart competition. I'm very excited. Meteor hammer competition, which I will be posting soon. I need to make videos about that, but I'm still doing that meteor hammer competition. So yeah, ooh, this sounds very nice. Man, I hope I get used to it. You'll get used to it. You'll get used to the rope burn. Silks work better when you're sick of getting rope burn. I was a bit of a masochist, and I'm like, whatever. The rope burns make cool scars, and the cool scars make for cool stories, and the cool stories make for fun times. So, that was my mentality about it. That's a little crazy. Don't do that. Don't, Bensei wild. Just practice. If your skin starts to hurt, stop practicing. I recommend taping the hot spot areas beforehand so that you have like an extra layer of skin. Gloves are fine as long as they don't impede your work. You'll get a lot of scoff from the community, from other people that are like, don't wear gloves. And I was one of those people for a long time. I'm like, don't wear gloves, guys. Don't wear gloves. However, as long as it's not hurting you, and as long as it's making your work better, train. Not everybody has the ability to just not wear gloves and get a bunch of rope burn all the time. Some people do jobs with their hands all day that already exact a pretty solid toll, so you don't want to make it worse. Do what feels right for you so that you can practice, man. I just care that more people do it. I don't care how you do it, right? Just a goofy guy, heart. Use fishing finger protectors to avoid burns. It's not a bad idea, actually. It's not a bad idea at all. What is my birthday wish? All right, real quick in chat. Are you guys the people that say if you tell your birthday wish it doesn't come true? Are you just make your birthday wish and it doesn't matter? What is it? What is it? You guys tell me. You guys let me know. I just want to do the one that'll bother the most people. Only when candles get blown out. Okay, only when candles get blown out. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm turning 12. Awesome. Super cool. We love that. Okay, so only when candles get blown out. Keep it a secret or it'll kill the magic. Interesting. Okay. Keep it a secret or it'll kill the magic. We've got some only when the candles get blown out. Okay. Cool. So, I'm going to say cool kid. Hi. I'm going to say without specifics, the generalities of my birthday wish are this. My preference is for all those that need it to be happy, healthy, and taken care of. That's it. All those that need it. Happy, healthy, taken care of. That's what I care about the most. Quentin, Dad is doing good. His knees are a little sore, and we're watching out for some other things, but he's doing okay. He's doing okay. Which country is this? One of them. That'll be hard to box up. Yeah, an end of homelessness, and I hope that everyone has a warm meal on my birthday. That's what I want. Let's box that up and get that out to people, huh? Happy early birthday, brother. Love you and light to you and yours. Thank you so much. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you, Blue Rocker. I appreciate you. What's a good size starter target? I'm gonna say 3 feet by 3 feet. 3 feet by 3 feet's a good target, or a water bottle. Happy birthday. Hope the best for you. And great person. Keep up the good work, being a role model for being humble and kind. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I think it's going to be a really cool day. Hey, love it. Slay all the way. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please. Slay was my father's name. Anyway, I saw an elephant under my pants. Oh, buddy, that's wild that I read that out loud. Anyway, please tell me your basis. You need to know. Video shows up on people just scrolling. Seems cool. But I don't even know what you're doing. Add a caption or something, like say what you're doing even. I labeled the title, but sure, I'll do that more. If you're someone that would read it, I'll put it in there. How do I get into a competition? Johnny, just start one. If you want to get into a competition, you can just start one. Just find somebody and say, hey, I think I can blank better than you. You want to see if we can prove it. And when they say, all right, what do you want to bet? You go, no bet, just a competition. I just personally want to know. There's no reward other than us knowing. That usually starts a pretty good competition. Or if you're talking about a martial arts competition, I would say that you should go to your local martial arts schools and ask when they're having competitions or when the local competitions are. And then go on those days to the location that they share with you if they give you that information. I would say that one works pretty good. But again, you can just start a competition. Here, I wish you all the best and wish everyone else comes together in the face of adversity. I wholeheartedly agree, bro. That's exactly where I am today. Happy birthday. Our birthdays are so close. I'm so glad. You are awesome. Thank you. Hey, question. What kind of tool would you recommend as a mini meteor hammer? Thinking of a fidget and a fun concept for casual fidgety building / dexterity for casual fun. Okay. Something super fun and casual. I would say a small wrench. A small wrench would work great on some paracord if you wanted to make a cute, tiny fidget. A small wrench should be great. Um, do I do any competitions in Ohio? Yes, take my students to competitions. They're mostly local cute karate tournaments. However, we have competed plenty of times in the Arnold and at Naga, both when they have it at places other than the Arnold and at the Arnold. And then I've done quite a few judo competitions in my time, playing at Right Pat and stuff like that. I did. Okay. So you guys want some juicy hot goss? You want some tea? Here we go. So I had a tournament when I was younger. I'm going to say it was like 2018, something like that. No, I was younger. I was like 16. And I beat a junior Olympian. That was fun. I still have a photo of it somewhere. So here's the problem. I didn't beat a junior Olympian. I lost, but I lost because of a rule that I personally disagree with, and this is where the T starts. I understand why it would be there. I completely get it. I don't think it should change. I think that I found a judge that was sympathetic to the junior Olympian, and that I lost because I was winning. Here's what happened. So he tried to get a good throw. I got a harai, and he was able to turtle up off of that. So turtling up is when you get on your hands and your knees and you curl up in a ball, right? To stop me from choking you, because if you've never played judo before, you get about 5 seconds on the ground. You get about 5 seconds on the ground before 1 second. There we go. You get about 5 seconds on the ground before they stand you back up to have you throw the person again. That's literally how it works, right? So you really have to get moving when you're on the ground. So I got down there, and I was able to flatten him out on his stomach. And I got an absolutely disgusting cross lapel choke, right? I was here and I was here and I was ready, right? So I got this. We call it one long, one short in our class because one arm's short, one arm's long, or one side of the lapel is short, the other side is long. And we're here. That's what we're doing, right? So I got that choke. I got that. And I am on his back and I'm just torquing away. And he arches his back like a seal. And he's like, oh, and you can see it in the photo. I'm smiling. He's sad. And it's awesome. I love that. And then they stopped the match. And I got disqualified. And I was like, why? I was smiling. I thought I won. I ripped his head off. So they said that I was arching his back too much. I'm trying to rip his head off of his shoulders and choke him. Yes, I'm going to arch his spine. His spine is going to bend. That's how things work when you don't want to get choked and someone's choking you. You're going, right? Again, I have the photo. Anyway, so they stopped the match, and we talked for a little bit, and I'm like, I don't understand. They're like, well, it could have been a spine lock. What spine lock? And spine locks aren't allowed because you can really damage somebody and make them paralyzed for the rest of their life. I understand why spine locks are not allowed. I agree with those rules, right? But they call it a spine lock, and I had to choke, and I had him back and up like this, and he's on his stomach, and I'm pulling up, and they stopped it. Well, I was very upset. I was very upset. I didn't know what happened, but here we are. So my dad told me later that same day about the other kid being a junior Olympian, and that he was on his way to go compete soon at Worlds. And I'm like, oh, okay. And that's because that kid's coach started talking to my dad and was like, yeah, about the call. And he shared the information. I'm like, okay, understood. So years later, we're like, maybe he had a judge in his pocket, not in like a paid way, but like a, hey, I like you and I know you're headed off way. Right? Like, they knew who he was. However, again, this is just juicy hot tea. I take no stock in it. It is what it is. Spine locks are very effective. What you're describing sounds like a spine lock. No spine lock, right? No twist, no attempt to overextend or bend it. I had it up and underneath the chin. It was a good choke. he arched back with the choke. I did not pull his head up and back in the attempt to spine lock him. However, again, if it was seen, completely fine. I ain't impressed. Just keep snap going. Snap going. Your dad could help. I mean, honestly, any tips for accuracy with the Meteor Hammer? Maybe we just keep snap going. I think your dad could help. Row. Maybe. Right? Honestly, I don't know Jesus, but I'll take some. You guys are hilarious. Yeah. That's that. I think that's where we are. Again, T. Jefferson. Bah. You know? But that's the one that I remember. That's the one that'll always stick with me. I'm like, what? What? It was so good. I wish you guys could have seen the match. I need to go back through some of my old stuff. I also need to go, get thrown some more. I need to go do some more judo competitions. It'll be good for me. Thank you guys for the happy birthday wishes. Any tips for accuracy with the Meteor Hammer? That's awesome. I'm so glad we share birthdays. Let's talk accuracy work with the Meteor Hammer. Okay, here we go. All right, so a couple things about accuracy work. Learn your timing by trying to aim at something. I think that's the biggest and most important piece of everybody's accuracy work, is learn your timing by trying to aim at something, right? When I release the weight, it's going to fly in an arc with gravity. If I throw it with an upspin, it will fly straighter than if I throw it with a downspin, where it flies down and at an arc. You can see there's a very pronounced arc. From a downspin, there's a pronounced arc. I let go. You see it, right? From an upspin, you'll notice it comes out as almost a flat line. So upspin is usually going to be a little bit more accurate for you. Downspin is more likely to catch things along the way. So if I throw my downspin and I throw it over top of the cymbal, it's going to catch it on the way down even if I miss, right? I go, yep. It's still going to get close enough to it, and it's probably going to rake it at some point, right? However, with my upspins, I have more range and more accuracy, right? Because it's going to go out from where I release it and try and stay in a flat line. So upspin is going to be more accurate. Downspin is going to be a little bit more of a power move, right? When I'm doing things like my elbow shots or my knee shots, I want to hold still as I'm learning my accuracy with the shot so that I don't have too many things to repeat and try and fix as I go, right? So if I fire my elbow shot, I fire it off, right? Okay, it went high. Now I can start moving around and go, oh man, I missed it, okay. And I move and I pace and I come back to my position. Maybe I try it again from there, but you gotta think, I've just moved everything. And if I'm trying to do fine-tuning for my accuracy practice, I need to kind of try and hang out in the same spot over and over again and try and repeat the same exact movements like a machine. I'm just trying to get the same result over and over again. Okay, I went a little bit too late on that one. A little bit too high. That was better, but high. Just a little over. Right? And then I just practice this for a while. And I mess with it. And I'm going to miss all around the target for quite a while. And then at some point, I'm going to start hitting it a lot more frequently. When I get to that point, I'll let you guys know. I still need practice. But then I'll start to land it pretty consistently. And then I can start doing things like shortening up the line because I know where it needs to fall. You'll notice I start to lean my body off to the side because I know that my shot was going to go to the left, so I can move to the right. And then I can start to make those calculations on the fly as I'm moving. So I start to try firing those shots while I'm moving my body around. Right? Can I stay moving while I fire that shot? Can I load up that elbow shot and change directions and fire that off? I can. Where's my accuracy with that? And I've got a moving target. Maybe I have to hit this as a reverse elbow shot. Oh, that was dead center. That's really nice. Right? And then I start to move myself around while I'm firing it, and that gets a little bit better. Lastly, I know I touched on the timing piece a little bit at the very beginning, but pay extremely close attention to when you release the weight. Fourth, final bonus point. This one's going to blow your socks off. Are you ready? Here we go. Make sure that you understand that the weight will only do exactly what you tell it to, when you tell it to. So if I'm doing something like I'm doing my foot shots, right? And they're going off to the right of the target. And I mean, they're consistently going over to the right. The last thing that I want to do is sit there and go, oh man, well this sucks, I just can't hit this shot, right? That doesn't help you. Or, oh man, it's going somewhere randomly and I just can't get it to hit. No, it's not. It's never random. The random part would be it laying on the ground and then spontaneously jumping up and doing a foot shot on its own without your input. That's terrifying. Someone's playing Gmod with real life. That's crazy. What's happening is my foot is ever so slightly out to the outside. I'm pushing my foot out to the outside when I fire that shot as well, instead of pointing the toes at my target. I'm also potentially swinging my arm out too wide away from my body or too narrow close in. I need to know what tiny pieces and bits of minutia go into this so that I can better change the outcome, right? And that doesn't always mean it's going to work, but it's definitely better than just going, oh man, it's random stuff. Well, that one didn't work well. Oh, that was better. Let's see if we can. Yeah, that's a good shot right there. Awesome, right? And then I can start playing with these overhand casts. Not too bad. We stall, we catch. We send it back out. That's a good one. So, hopefully that helps. Everyone double tap the screen. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes. And actually said, you miss only change one thing at a time. If you can change 8 things, you won't know which changes was effective. Polywog, I absolutely agree. Is that why my elbow shots are whack? Just stop moving? Yeah, Ro, honestly, just hang out for a second and start firing them off. That's a slingshot target. Yeah, it is, Caleb. Yeah, it is. That's a really good gong. I want to be careful to it, though, because it's also expensive. It's like $80. What got you into rope dart? My dad! My dad got me into rope dart. And we watched a video just before one of the classes that we teach. And he was like, hey, actually, it was at the beginning of COVID, so it wasn't. Goodness, it would be before when we would have. But he said, hey, so you know Scorpion from Mortal Kombat? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you know that he uses a real weapon? And I'm like, no. Like, yeah, I know a rope dart, like a rope spear is a thing. He's like, but it's like a thing. And I'm like, okay, elaborate. So he shows me this video of Shaolin monks doing rope dart work at wooden targets. And they're going up, they're striking the sky, then they're coming down and striking the target. And they're going up, striking the sky, going down and striking the target. So they're running at these targets, and they're going, hup, bang, and then peeling off to the outside, and then running back and around. And the next person's running up and doing their shot. So they're running up, they're going, hup, and then bang, and then spinning out. And I was like, dude, that's really cool. That's awesome. So he's like, so I ordered one. And I'm like, dude, what? So he ordered a rope dart. We started playing with it, but both of us were too scared to pick it up because it was a big spearhead on a rope. It was terrifying. So neither of us wanted to touch it. We're like, that's disgusting. I'm so scared. So I eventually found some Meteor hammer work, which is the heavy metal weight bludgeoning version. And I was like, oh, dude, I want to give this a try. So I made one out of the broken handle of a 9-section whip, because we had that. Chain whip, 9-section whip, heavy broken handle, some paracord, and gauze as the flag. And I just gave it a go, and we're here now. Yeah, this one's full of beans. This is a beans one. The one and only. Oh, shoot, happy birthday, dude. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you greatly. Thanks for the happy birthday wishes. You guys are the best. Super awesome to be here today. I think I want my drink. Hi, how's it going? I want my drink. Do I want a drink? I want water. I feel like I want water. I'm gonna grab water. I want pancake. Me want bite. Me want plant corn dog a lot. Dude, have you guys seen that video? It's hilarious. This guy plays a real happy little ditty about not eating the cattails and making sure that he doesn't put the cattails in his mouth like a corn dog. Excellent. It's a great video. It's a great video. By great video, I mean it is definitely one of the videos of the internet of all time. Everyone does. Listen, not everybody does. Not everybody does. There are people in the world that don't know. Saw 5 seconds of this channel, subscribed, and then heard it was your birthday. So very happy birthday to you, and thank you for giving me an awesome channel to watch. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the deep dive rabbit hole that you get to go down with all the weird stuff that I've done over the years. It's crazy. It's crazy to be here. Let's see. There we go. That's correct. That's correct, Pollywog. Ro, do you have any videos detailing how to make an inexpensive version? Yeah, I got a bunch of them. I've got a playlist that's called Beginners. If you guys look on my channel, I have done the hard work of curating the data for you. You guys just gotta go watch it. I have a beginner video that's 20 minutes, although I think it needs music. I think that's why it sucks so bad. I think it needs music. I'll go throw that on later. But it's a good 20-minute video of literally answering all of the questions that people ask about doing Meteor Hammer work. Like, where can I get one? What should I start with? How do I make one inexpensively? What should I use? What should I not use? What clothes should I wear? Where should I practice? Where can I practice if I don't have space? It's everything. It's everything I can share with you guys. I'm literally trying to give this away for free because I just want you guys to be able to play. Hey, what do you recommend for a beginner technique on Meteor Hammer or rope dart? Spinning it. I want you to be able to spin it and run around in circles and not hit yourself. Learn that first. Learn that first. If you can't do stuff like this and not hit yourself and not worry about hitting yourself and run around and do crazy stuff with it, right? If you can't do this and not hit yourself, you're going to have a really bad day. I promise. That's where all of it comes from. It's just your ability to go, woo, right? Can I, whoa, right? Can I do all that stuff? Can I not damage myself while using the tool? Start there. Learn your planes. And learn how to keep them even and flush. Wheel plane. Bad wheel plane. Bad wheel plane. Wheel plane. Anchor wheel plane. Bad anchor wheel plane. Bad anchor wheel plane. Anchor wheel plane. Wall plane should be directly in front of my chest. Bad anchor wall plane. Bad wall plane. Bad wall plane. Flat in front of you, wall plane. I need to know those things. I know it's not gorgeous, it's not candy, it's not sassy, it's not the cool stuff that everyone wears. Like, what's the first real trick I should learn? I think prodigal kicks ball. Looks really cool, feels really cool. It's definitely one of those shots that you want to learn, right? But before I do that, I need to know the boring stuff. I need to know how to foot stall with the inside and outside of both feet. I need to know how to stop it, keep it going. Can I catch it on my foot? Keep it going, right? I need to know those things. Because my prodigal kicks ball, which again is one of the first things, realistically the first thing I recommend you learn is a knee shot, by the way. Because it's super easy and it works well and everybody feels cool. But there's so much more to learn before that point that I can't just tell you that, because that's all you'll learn and you'll stop and go, look, I know tricks. I need you to learn all of it, not just the first tiptoe into it. Get good at it. Anyway. Preaching to the choir, I know. You guys are here because you love what we do. So, anyway, if I do that prodigal kicks ball, right, I'm taking it underneath my lead leg, which means I'm doing a saddle wrap, right? Saddle brings it under the thigh first. I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to exit the saddle wrap by stalling it with the top of my anchor foot. I'm going to give it a slight bow as I do so. and then I'm going to lazily project my foot forward and just launch that sucker, right? Taking it underneath the lead leg, I'm going to grab it with my lead hand, secure it with my anchor, catch, kick, and project. And I'm just going to learn how to flick it off of my foot. Super cool, super fun trick. If I put my toes up in the air, it goes up. And that's one of those moments where we go, why is it doing this random thing? It's not. It's doing what you tell it to. Oh, bad. I need to take it underneath that lead leg, catch, and project forward. That's what we're looking for those shots. Knee shots are easier. Prodigals look cooler, right? So I'm here. I catch, stall, project. Kick with the foot. It comes back down. Hopefully that helps. Good. What advice would you give to comic/storytellers who wish to have a character who uses this? If a character is using this and it becomes a main tool of the protagonist, what advice would you give? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let me answer Split first while I think about answering that D hidden one. Split. If your rope dart has a chain instead of a rope, could you theoretically use it as a shield as well? Split, buddy. You're asking scary questions. So the short answer is yes. The long answer is a rope held at tension will never be stronger than a force coming in to meet it, right? It's not going to work like that, right? Because I have to become infinitely strong to keep this up and keep it from bending. Now, a chain that pops into tension will actually bounce those shots away in a really cool way. So, technically, yes. Also, your hands are going to be so sad at you trying to use it as a shield because you are going to pinch your own hands to smithereens. I'm so sorry. To comics or storytellers who wish to have a character who uses this, I would say the advice to give is be honest with it, because you don't have to do a lot of fantastical stuff to make this really, really cool. I would say things about keeping it hidden and secret are always really neat. So ways they would carry it on their body to deploy it quickly, and then telling stories about the times that fouls up and goes wrong as a moment to drive tension into the character's story, I think would be perfect. Talking about it getting tangled and wrapped on things. Talking about doing that intentionally, like when you throw a chair, like because I've got this chair here, and I can just rip it over, right? Yep. Chair. So grabbing chairs and throwing them, grabbing sticks and throwing them, grabbing other people's stuff, throwing it, grabbing ankles, tying people up with it and leaving it. I think a lot of cool times would be having this used as a secondary or tertiary tool, and having it always be used to better promote the use of a different tool would be a very funny spin on it, because at the end of the day, it would be this thing that's always doing it, and it would always be this thing that's facilitating the use of the other tools, but it would always, by its necessity, play second fiddle, and I think that would be fascinating. It's a very fun way to do that. If a character is using this and it becomes a main tool of the protagonist, what advice would you give? What advice would I give to the protagonist as I give them this tool? I would tell them to practice often, and never rely on it as your primary defense. It is always a last resort tool. Exhaust everything else first and be willing to leave it behind, right? Because I can't think of a much better way to use a meteor hammer in self-defense than tying a door shut, right? Than setting a trip line that someone trips over as they walk into the room. That's perfect. Then jump them. I think there are a lot of options, like using it as handcuffs to keep someone bound and gagged. I think it's really, really cool. Let's see, what else we got? Try not to curse. Doing meteor. Awesome. Let's see. I would say it's the main weapon, but it's amazing as a backup. But I know D&D needs main weapons. Oh, well. If you're doing it as a main weapon for D&D, then it's the coolest thing ever and works great. I have a mod, Polywog Apocalypse. Thank you, Polywog. I appreciate your moderating. It's working great. There. I'm actually going to do it. Polywog, for as long as you're in here, you are actually a mod. Thank you so much. Yeah. I don't like responsibility, but I can help temporarily only if he asks. There you go. You got it. Awesome. Or controller-based games. How about PC or controller-based games? Like, how would I use it in a PC or controller-based game? How would I do it? If the... Oh, man, that would be really funny. Okay, there are a couple of options. Oh, awesome! Well, happy birthday to you, too. How about PC or controller-based games? I would say... wow. How do you code this in well? Sweeping attacks with a sweet spot would be really nice, right? So as I'm swinging this weapon, as I'm attacking with it, I would say that there's always a sweet spot where I want to hit them with, and managing that distance is going to be a really important piece of using this tool. And I think it would be a very unique mechanic, and that you have to manage a constantly moving sweet spot to make sure your shots land. And then sort of retracting that back might be a neat additional step. So, like, I could throw it out all day long, right? I could throw it at stuff, but it's that recall that's going to matter tremendously on getting it back to me to use it again. I think a good martial arts game where you have a bunch of different weapons and you pick up a Meteor hammer as one of the many you can choose from. I definitely think it should be a puzzle game, right? Like, it's like a combat puzzle game like Doom Eternal, right? It's like, this monster requires this type of damage to die the fastest. And I think you should do that, like, with a martial arts weapons-based game. Doesn't Ghost of Tsushima do that? Is that it? Ghost of Tsushima, right? They have multiple weapons that are used for different bad guys because they have different qualities. I would say a Meteor Hammer would fall right in line with that. I see some hearts, which means I think I'm right. But yeah. Caleb, the Flow Star skills are going. My niece loves that. She's a huge fan. And when I do Flow Star spinning for her, she tries to take it from my hands because she wants to do it. And then she tries, and it looks like a 2-year-old trying to spin a Flow Star. So pretty good. And then she drops it again. And then says, no, you do it. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'll do it. Let me see. Mr. First time I've used chat. Do you prefer summer, autumn, winter, or spring? It's a really good question. I like early fall. Early to mid-fall, I think, yeah, is very pleasant. Not when we get rain, because Ohio we get rain throughout fall and it sucks. But when it's cool, dry, crisp air, you can wear a hoodie in. That's my preference. Sorry, back to D Hidden 1. Hopefully that helps. I think that, in short, range management with potential button mashing combinations that give you different shots, and managing that sweet spot is kind of awesome. I think that's a really fun application of a Meteor Hammer. And then being willing to leave it and pick it up later, like using it as a binding tool to trap legs or something like that so you can pull out a different weapon, I think is also a really good use of it. Let me see, what does this say? For a controller game, a directional pad, select the weapon, the shoulder buttons, and then select the armor leg, and the joystick could be swing the weapon, let go of the shoulder button. I think that would be really fun, actually, Shay. That would be delightful. Controllers have a trigger that can be held in or held in different positions using a rope dart. Would be very interesting. Someone else said the same, but a very cool concept for a game. I agree. On the subject of self-taught martial arts, I think it's important to know dojo time versus 1v1 sparring isn't something you can skip. I agree. So, Polywog, I wholeheartedly agree. As a martial artist, It is extremely important that you spend time with someone that knows as much, if not more, than you. Um, Looking at you directly in the real meat space so that they can see what you're doing well and what you might want to work on. Even if they don't know exactly what you need to fix, they can bring up points for you to focus. And that is extremely beneficial, just having some other set of eyes. Additionally, I would say that 1v1 sparring time is extremely important, depending on what you're doing. Group sparring time is also very important. Fighting against multiple people at the same time definitely changes your work and lets you know if it's working well or not. But I'd say 1v1 sparring time is extremely important, and you should get that as frequently as you can manage. I know that it's not for everybody. I know it's not everybody's intent, and it's not everybody's intent in learning martial arts. So do with that what you will, but my personal preference is definitely get in the time you can. Dog with baguette. So polite of you to ask. I am having a great day. My day is going really well. I'm tired. I got about 30 more minutes hanging out with you guys, which I am excited to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up a pumpkin. Just grab it. Not really going to buy it. Just going to pick it up. No, I'm going to pick up a pumpkin so that I can do some pumpkin carving later this week. And set out some pumpkins for Halloween. And I have a really fun flow video that I want to do for you guys, but keep that a secret for now. Look for it to go up like early November, like 1st or 2nd. Anyway, I gotta get pumpkins so that I can go carve some pumpkins later with my significant other. She's up in middle of Ohio area. And I gotta drive up there, but that's it. I hang out with you guys. Oh, and I get D&D tonight with the boys. Super excited. Get to play D&D. Happy birthday. Cole asks me my alcoholic beverage of choice. I don't drink a lot of alcohol, actually. It's not my favorite thing to do. My body does not handle it very well. I'm a huge fan of flowers, though. Love me some flowers. Yes, I do. Man, all types, shapes, and varieties. I like some flowers that make me sit down on the couch and just stare off at them in the distance. And I like some flowers that make me so active that I want to go show all of my friends the flowers that I have. But yeah, not an alcohol guy. Definitely a flower guy. What video games do I play, and do I use Snapchat? Caleb, I do not use Snapchat. I play League of Legends mostly. That's what I do. I play a lot of League of Legends, and I enjoy it very much. I am a filthy casual. I play support, and I help people do stuff. Just saw a gorgeous fall visiting North Carolina with the fams. Definitely the most visually appealing, but dear gods, it's so humid, I was dying. Yeah, bro. One great advice I can give is use your phone to record, even if it's not post-worthy. Watching yourself is so important. Polywog, I completely agree. Super big deal. Watch your own footage back. It's like a magic mirror in your pocket. Yep. Couldn't agree more. Thank you. Thank you for the happy birthday. Dog with baguette. Do you ever consider playing games streaming? Only curious since, well, love games and cool weapons. You know what? I would love to video game live stream. If you guys are ever interested in that, I'd be pleased as punch to do that with you. Yeah, it would be awesome. I think that is a pretty reasonable transition to move over into the gaming space, although I know it's already pretty saturated. So it would be a pleasure to do what I can in that space, but if you guys want to watch, I'll be happy to play. Smelling some flowers. Yup. Pizza cutter is a sword. Prove me wrong. Caleb. Let's be clear. A pizza cutter is a circular knife. However, I will use a pizza cutter on a rope. I'll do it. Just curious, was your father involved in your bringing up? Yikes. Sister. Yep, plenty. I played D&D as well, and played as a fighter kobold, and another time I played as a robot druid, so I could transform into a truck called Optus Primary. Optus Primary. That's amazing. A druid robot that transforms into a truck. That's really good. That's really good, and I love that tremendously. Texted you a screenshot last night. I know you did, Caleb. That's hilarious. King Glue? Ghoulie? Not sure. Not sure. Don't know. But King. Hey, what's up? Yeah, it's been really cool. It's been really fun. All right, I'm gonna go back to hitting a gong because I'm bored. I'm gonna drink some water first though because my mouth is dry. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna see if I can start throwing the chair accurately at the heavy bag. I think that's how I'm gonna spend the rest of my time. Here we go. Let me go grab one of my other Meteor hammers. I just want to see if I can throw the chair. I can throw it with precision. All right. Here we go. All right, friends. I'm going to get this a good distance away. I'm going to set it up so you guys can see just the chair and me. There's that. Good. Can I throw it from over here? Can I do it? Here we go. I'll work on throwing the chair. Work on throwing it at the heavy bag. Let me turn this camera a little bit so you guys can see all of this. There's that, there's that, there's that, and there's me. Can we... This one slipped free. Boy, this rope doesn't want to bind on itself very well. Let's try that again. Grab. That's not too bad. I can throw it a little bit harder. I gotta throw it in a little harder. How's it going? Are you okay? No, King. I'm crashing. Also set up a soundboard to make the transformer sound every time. That's adorable. That's excellent. We love that. All right. Chill. Okay. Well, I threw it at it. I didn't hit it. Let's do it again. It's just fun to watch you guys having a good time. Happy birthday, Bonsai. Pleasure to see you guys. Here we go. Oh, not quite. I think it needs to wrap a little bit longer. That's pretty good. Is this going to stay? Okay. It works. Untie it. This. Awesome. Again. Look at that chair flying. It was pretty fun. Pretty cool. There we go. Low. I worry that if I yank too hard, it's going to come off midair. And I need it to, well, that might not be bad. Hang on. It might not be a bad idea. There we go. That was pretty good. I pulled, do I get this back? I have to swing again. There we go. Oh. Ha ha ha. Again! WWE technique. Thank you so much. Have you used a grappling hook sort of thing as a rope as a Meteor hammer? No, I have not yet, but I plan to get one. I'm very excited. It's going to be really, really cool. When I get one, you guys won't hear me shut up about it. So be like, look, I have a grappling hook. And I'll try and play like the claw machine by snaking the rope up on the inside. And then get run out, because I'll get in trouble, because that's not allowed. Anyway, here we go. No. Bad throw. Bad throw. All right. Well, it's hard to keep a hold of it. I'm going to get this more reliable. I'm we've hit a gong, and we've thrown a chair. I feel like it's been a good stream. That was a good one. That was a good one. Can I untangle it off of the chair? Can I do it? No. Wait, I bet I can. Hang on. We're going to try again. Here we go. Wrap. Oh, bad wrap. Here we go. That was a good one. That was nice. There we go. Again! No, bad throw. I hit it too hard. Nope, scrape the ground first. There we go. Again. That's a good one. And I bet. Oh, look how tangled it is now. Yeah! Can a charity or hammer? Can I put you on a chair? Play as Ben saying Fortnite if possible. I would play as Ben saying Fortnite. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to chair hammer. Here we go. Can I fire off a foot shot with a chair? No. Nope, that's not happening. I am going to hit myself in the ankle like I just did. Knee shot. Nope. I'm going to hit the ground first. Chairs are not a good weight for a meteor hammer. But they are fun to throw with one. All right. Here. Here. And there. All right. One more good throw. One more good throw. Go. Wrap. Here. Oh, I missed. Hang on. Go back. Can I get it from there? Can I? No. Wrap. Nope. Gonna have to be sitting. Let's stay. Here we go. 3. Wrap. Not at me. That's not nice. Again. Good throw. Good throw. Saw the leg, scrape it on the way through, but it wasn't a great throw. Here we go. I gotta get a harder swing. I think that's the only part now. Getting it to aim accurately enough. That's just you. Throw it for real. Here we go. Wrap. Oh. Higher throw. Here. Catch. That did it. That was awesome. Cool. There we go. All right. I've thrown a chair for a while. Thank you guys so much. New ball soon. Random idea. The sun has a meteor hammer. Obviously bad idea. This would be burning quickly. Same with a black hole as a meteor hammer. In circumstances, instant death. Ouch. A sphere of annihilation as a meteor hammer would be very fun though. You just grab it and you throw it out at things. Does it really matter? No, because sphere of annihilation just kind of does what you tell it to anyway if you're strong enough, but I think it'd be really fun. Would a paracord weave lead work? Yeah, absolutely. Works great. This has a series on trying out various meteor hammer builds. There's lots of different meteor hammer materials. Absolutely. Grappling hook? Koi? Most definitely. I think grappling hook would be awesome. Just awesome. Yeah, for sure. I just need to buy one. I'm trying to find a nice place to get one, because I could get one that has like the limbs snap out when you pull, and I want one of those because it's very mechanical looking. That's cool, but also just a good traditional grappling hook. Using the sun as a ball would be a great Marvel idea. Battle arc? Yeah, I agree. If you want games recommendations to play, check out the game. Last message before Sun messaged. Okay. Cool. So I grabbed the tripod. and swing it. I agree. Some games, no rope dart like tools, various Batman Arkham games, Assassin's Creed 3, Devil May Cry. Also, you're not allowed to use it, but in Sifu, there is a character that is a boss that fights with a meteor hammer and a rope dart. Um, I think just a meteor hammer. I think it's a double-headed meteor hammer though, which is really cool. But yeah, it's completely awesome. Hey Ben, say it's me. Any recommendations on improving my flow? Not my name. So glad to hear from you again. Any recommendations on improving my flow? It's a really good question. Mess up more. Find a spot where you get stuck and figure out your way out of it. I'm gonna take this off real quick. Here. It's getting toasty now. So, if you're looking to do flow work and make it a little bit better, give yourself parameters to play by. So, hang on. It's going to depend on how good you are. If you are, and I'm going to give this advice for everybody. So, good ways to improve your flow. If you are brand new to doing meteor hammer or rope dart work, and you're just picking it up for the first time, you want to improve your flow, turn on some music and just hang out and bounce around. Just keep it in your hands, right? Try and get it to go through your legs and don't hit yourself. Find things to not do to yourself and give it a try, right? Don't hit yourself in the head. So bring it back. Oh, I moved my head out of the way. I bring it back. Oh, I moved my head out of the way. Oh, right? Do something and try to not hit it. Listen to some music, hang out for a while. As you get better, my recommendations is start giving yourself rules and stipulations, right? So one way to get good at my flow work is it's not allowed to touch the ground the moment I start. So once I start, we're here now. It's not allowed to touch the floor. I can get close, but I can't touch the ground the whole time. Everything that I want to do has to keep me up and off the ground. Up, 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 right? I can do some fancy, cool, neat stuff. Just don't let it touch the floor. Or I'm in a hallway, so I can't swing it out wide. I can't send it out further than my arm span. So what does that end up looking like? Let's see. Do I get inside circles, down and out and through? Oh, what happens if I do this? Does this look cool? That's fun. I bet I can do it with a tail too. So I can switch them places. Can I switch them places? Can I switch them places back and forth? That's fun, right? Tiny little spaces. Can I do my cradles in small, right? Can I keep them directly in front of my body? What can I do with these? Can I send these through the legs? Can I play and bounce through? Can I keep this tiny? Can I keep this on the outside of my legs? Can I take this inside, catch, outside, back and through, keep everything in close? That helps tremendously. And then when you're advanced, get out of your own head. You know things by now. If you're super duper good at this and you're having a hard time improving your flow work, pay attention to what you're doing in the meat space in the real time and get out of your own head with the ideas on what you're wanting to do. That's the advice that I think I would give. Get you a little bit better at flow work. Bye. Take care. AKA Mr. Slime. Let's see. What else we got? Let's see. Do you think there is a better way to learn one trick really well or a lot of tricks slowly? You think it's better to learn one trick really well or a lot of tricks slowly? Mr. Meister, that's a really cool question. Gosh. I think taking the time to learn individual tricks is extremely important. I think that if you try and work on a bunch of different tricks a little bit all at once, overall your work is going to look like garbage, right? If I kind of know how to do an elbow shot, and I kind of know how to do a knee shot, and I kind of know how to do a foot shot a little, and I kind of know how to do all of them, sure, that's great, and that's better than not knowing any of them, but it looks like hot garbage, right? And as you're working and you're practicing, you'll probably only learn it well enough to make it serviceable, and then you'll stop improving on it. And in all likelihood, that's what a lot of people do. I think choosing a couple of tricks a day to work on, because I work on my elbow shots enough and my arms get sore and they get tired and I need to do something else. So then I start moving to my knee shots. My knee shots work pretty good, and then that starts to get tired. So I get really lazy and I do my reverse foot shots, and I just work on those from really low because I'm super lazy and I don't want to waste a lot of energy, right? I think learning a couple of shots a day and practicing that for like a week is fine, but I definitely recommend learning 1 or 2 tricks very well, very slowly, and then adding more tricks afterward, rather than learning it all a little at once. There's not really a right or wrong answer, but that's my preference. Oh, really good question. Let's see. Yeah. He needs some milk, Josh. Listen, I could use a glass of oat milk, brother. The oats, brother. The oats. I'm sorry. For some of us, that got weird. For some of us, we're like, oh, yeah, pigs, oats. It's good for us. Anyway, I would love some milk. Milk sounds great. Would love that. Anybody else a freak milk drinker in here? Just asking, just curious. Is it just me that would like drink milk straight from the bottle, or am I the monster here? Just asking. I'm gonna out myself online today. This is it. It's my birthday. I'm allowed. I didn't expect a lot of answers today. D Hidden One, thank you so much. Glad to hang out with you. Definitely noticed you a lot. Thanks for chatting with me. Me, yeah, I drink tons of milk. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Love it. It's easy protein, dude. Eggs and milk, easy protein. Easy protein. And if you're trying to get those gains or just keep on the muscle, super easy. Polywog, absolutely agree. Yep. Filipino martial arts, they talk extensively. And learning how to use a stick helps you in a fight. I wholeheartedly agree. Question, can you throw a dagger on a rope? Yes, you can throw a dagger on a rope. Nick, it works a lot better when you don't throw the dagger, but you throw the rope with the dagger attached. That works a lot better. White Dreams, hi from Canada. Hi from Canada. I'm from Ohio, sadly. All right. We're going to go ahead and wind down this stream now. I've got a little bit of prep work that I have to do before I can get out on the road. So I'm going to make sure all of that happens. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you guys have a really awesome day. I'm going to go relax and just enjoy myself and hang out and not worry about anything for today. Check for videos soon. I will have vlogs coming out this upcoming Monday, and I'll try and put up one every couple of days, if not every day, so you guys can get used to seeing me posting. You guys are an absolute treat. Thank you all so much for helping me to be where I am. Take care, stay safe, and have a good day. Bye, guys.